Hello everyone, this is LumeK here, and I'm playing a little bit of Proteus. This is a minimalistic exploration game from Ed Key and David Kanaga, who's there at the bottom. Hopefully I haven't butchered either of those names horribly. But let's just go straight into it. And what happens is that it generates a procedurally made island, and the idea is pretty much just to explore. There's not really anything to do beyond move around and look and see, and that's probably going to become quite obvious in a moment. So I start out here in the water, and I'm going to move towards the island, and I'm just using WASD and mouse to look. And if I want to go back to the menu, I can hold down escape and I'll close my eyes and I'll appear back menu, but let's not do that. Let's just keep on going. So there's I actually really quite like the art style. It's all like flat planes. You can sort of see, like, hey, look, that's just a flat plane, and there's a very neat sense of style to what the game is. And look, there's a frog, and you know, I can chase the frog. But I want to see what else is on this island. And if you're not into exploration games, like, this isn't going to really be for you. There's no sort of explicit gameplay per se. It's an interesting place to go and just look around what this is. Like, what are those things? Are they mushrooms? Well, they can't be mushrooms because they just went into the ground, so. I mean, it does sort of look like the island's very big, but it's relatively small. There is a day-night cycle, and I definitely want to get through at least one night cycle. That'll become clear in a moment. And, you know, hey, it's raining on this part of the island. And there are several, like, landmark type things as well. Hopefully I'll be able to find some, like these standing stones. Hey, these are just stones, they're not anything, but you can sort of hear that I'm getting additional notes in the music when I move near them. And there is a lot of... ooh, more stones. A lot of sounds that appear as you go towards certain objects. And you have buildings like that, and I'm going to head towards that will transport you to different places. So now I'm on a different part of the island. So I'm not sure what these things are. Like, they're clearly like statues of some sort, but it's like that one kind of looks like giant bunny ears. But again, this Proteus explains nothing. You just have this world that you are supposed to explore, and you know, there is a... this game does have something that it's trying to say, like, that much is clear. What it is, you know, I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's clearly something to this game more beyond what's just on its surface. And let's just climb up this mountain. So that's where I was earlier. Ah. Okay, that didn't actually transport me that far. But for the most part, I'm just going to keep exploring this island, and it's about sundown now, so We're going to see it be rather different. And, you know, while it's definitely not the most technically impressive game around, there is a really nice art to it. And it does look good despite being very, very simplistic and minimalistic. And for the most part, I'm just going to walk around until nightfall happens. The distance there we can head towards. Haven't seen much wildlife beyond that frog and those chickens we saw earlier. I'm not entirely sure how random the islands get, because from what I've been able to tell, there are always certain things that are generated, like those 2 towers that we got earlier. Like, that's always generated. There's always... I'm not sure if there's always 2 of them or if there's going to be more, but it seems like they're always paired to each other or something. Oh, it's an absolutely massive, giant tree. Or collection of trees, it's hard to say. Come back, frog. I can't actually catch up to the frog. And catching up with the frog doesn't do anything anyway. So you can see all of those wisp type things gathering over there. So I'm going to head towards there, and it looks rather cool. And like, this looks rad, like just the time just accelerating and absolutely going through day-night cycles, the stars just zooming across overhead. And I'm gonna step into, and I can just sort of stand here and, you know, but if I move in, the season's changed. So, lots of flowers everywhere. These dragonfly type things around. And yeah, I don't think I have a huge amount more to say about Proteus, but it's an interesting game. You know, it's worth taking a look at and experiencing for yourself. It may do nothing for you. You might find it completely fascinating. It's one of those that really depends on the individual, but it's, if nothing else, it is a cool looking game, and those bees have suddenly made me run super fast, of course, because they're bees, and why would you want to walk into a pile of bees like that? That's just crazy. But anyway, again, Proteus. It's a interesting game at the very least, if nothing else. Anyway, this is LimeK. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.